Today I am going to take chapter 2, The Growth of Nationalism. The French Revolution. The French Revolution of 1789 was one of the earliest nationalist movements in the world. All the nationalist movements that took place in the world in the 19th century were influenced in one way or the other by the French Revolutions. There were certain causes that lead to the French Revolutions. The political causes were there, the social causes were there, and the economic causes were there. Let us talk about the political causes. At the beginning of the 18th century, France has hereditary absolute monarch form of government, where the king held himself as the representative of God and enjoyed absolute power, and his will was the law of the land. Louis XVI ruled over France at the time of the revolutions, but lacked leadership. There were other causes like the French administration was marked by nepotism. High posts were given to nobles and aristocrats who were not conscious of their duties. There was no uniform system of law in the country. Punishments were biased. The aristocrats were not punished for certain crimes, and common people hardly had any share in the administration. The system of election was not prevalent at the times. So, these were the political causes. The administration was nepotism, and higher posts were given to nobles and aristocrats who were not conscious of their duties, and certain types of punishment was given where the aristocrats were not punished, and the system of election was not there. These were the political causes. Now the social causes. The French society was divided into three classes of people or state. The first class comprised the clergy. The second class, that is the second state, consists of the nobility, and the peasants or the bourgeois, who include the merchant and professional, comprise the third stage. The privileged class, which comprised only 1% of the total population, held almost 40% of the land. Most of the wealth was concentrated in their hand. All the important posts in the states were held by the members of the high classes. The peasants were forced to perform unpaid compulsory services, and they were not paid adequately. In the 18th century, the French, or in the middle classes, comprising the merchants, the manufacturers, lawyers, doctors, and other professionals, acquired great wealth. But despite their economic prosperity, they were denied social equality and political rights. So these were the social causes that led to the French revolutions. Now, what are the economic causes? The economic causes played a very important role in bringing about the revolution in France. The main economic causes or main economic reasons were the following. Extravagances of the ruling class led to the economic crisis. Second, on account of the war waged by Louis XIV, the national debt of France increased. The taxation policy in France was faulty. The aristocrat and the nobility, which has the ability to pay, were exempted for paying the tax because they were not taxes. And taxes were collected by contractors who recovered their dues at the wheels and misappropriate a part of the tax for their own benefits. This was done, and due to this, there was lots of decrease in the economic of the country, and the extravagances of the ruling class and the defective and disorganized tax systems punished the French economy to the crisis point and triggered off the revolutions. At the same time, there were many writers and prominent French intellectuals like Montesquieu, Rousseau, who were infusing in the people's independent thinking about and convincing them of the need for having a reforms. So the revolutions was broke out, and the economic condition of France began to decline from the period of Louis XIV and went from worse to during the reigns of Louis XVI. Between 1786 and 1788, Louis XVI changed finance minister in succession to deal with the financial crisis. The Parliament of Paris did not have the authority to impose new tax and declared that only the States General were empowered to impose new tax. The States General has been convinced for a long time by the absolute monarchs of France so that they could raise tax and spend public money without any hassles. At the times, fall of Basel was there, and Declaration of the Right of Man and Citizens was done on August 27, 1788, and the silent feature of the constitution that was inscribed in the constitution were the following: the government of France was converted into a limit monarchy without any power. The right to vote was given only to those citizens who paid a certain amount by way of taxes and possessed property. The National Legislative Assembly was set up with the power to declare war and peace. The dominant position were given to the middle class, and papal control over the church was removed. So, what was the impact of the French revolutions? The ideals of the revolutions like liberty, equality and fraternity, democracy brought about a political awakening in Europe and later became popular all over the world. It awakened the spirit of nationalism, which paved the way for the unification of Germany and Italy. It popularized the concept of democracy and prepared religions from politics and stood for secularism. Now, France under Napoleon. Napoleon, a man of humble background, began his career as a lieutenant in the French army. He showed remarkable talent as a leader and soon rose to power. In 1796 and 97, Napoleon won victories over Austria and Sardinia and further enhanced his army or military fame. His force was defeated at the Battle of Lille by Lord Nelson. Therefore, Napoleon was forced to come back to France. On his arrival in France, Napoleon founded the member of the dictionaries involved in mutual thefts and neglecting their duty. About France under Napoleon. So, let's start. On his arrival in France, Napoleon founded the member of the directory involved in mutual theft and neglecting their duty. The economic position of the country was first deteriorating and there was an imminent danger of foreign invasions. So in November 1799, the two houses of the legislative to abolish the directory and create the office of the consul. There were certain reforms introduced by Napoleon. From 1799 to 1804, Napoleon introduced a number of reforms. In the economic reforms were there, and in the economic reforms he undertook numerous financial measures to check rising inflations in the country. In 80s, Napoleon opened the Bank of France to establish government control over the economy. For the first time in France, the bank developed the system of issuing currency. Currency means note, beside granting loan to the public. Now, concordat. He established a friendly relations with the church and resolved the dispute that has arisen due to the confiscations of the church land in 1789 by settling a religious compromise with the Pope in 1802, which came to be known as the Concordats. And according to the Concordats, Catholicism was accepted as the state religion. So according to that, Catholicism was accepted as the state religion, and Napoleon also reorganized the educational system and established the first public school system in Europe. Now there were code of laws. Napoleon's most significant reforms was the codification of civil law. He prepared a code of law called Napoleon Code of Law. It abolished all the privileged and established social equality and introduced trial by jury. This code became the basis of the French legal system in future. At the same time, he fought many battles and there were political unifications. Napoleon wanted to make France a dominating power of Europe. He therefore declared to follow a vigorous foreign policy. And in this, he succeeded in carving out an extensive French empire in 1811. The first coalition was the first attempt to crush the French republics. was made in 1793. In the second coalitions against was France, formed in 1798, consists of Austria, England and Russia. Napoleon was no longer satisfied by being the first consul. He dreamed of establishing his own sovereignty. In 1802, the Senate elected him consul for life, that is for lifetimes he became the consul. And 2 years later, in 1804, Napoleon crowned himself as Emperor of France at the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. In the third coalition, which was against France, formed by England, Sudan, Austria, Russia in 1805, Napoleon marched against Russia and Austria was defeated, has to concede territories to France. In the four coalitions, which is alarmed by the growing power of Napoleon, a coalition comprising England, Austria, Russia, Persia, Sudan was formed. Then it is a brief, I am going to give a brief of this continental system. Finding it difficulty to defeat England in straight fight, especially to suppress the supremacy of Britain in navy, Napoleon devised the means of economic warfare, and this policy came to be known as the continental systems. In the zenith of French Empire, that was in 1810, the French Empire reached its greatest height, that greatest extent. Along with the French Empire, Napoleon controlled the Swiss Confederations and the Confederation of Rene and the kingdoms of Italy. There was set in many wars against Russia. In 1812, Napoleon launched an attack against Russia, but his campaigns turned into one of the most terrible military disasters in history. Then, Battle of Leipzig. Napoleon's failures against Russia greatly undermined his position and encouraged the countries of Europe to launch a united campaign against him. Then the Battle of Waterloo was there, in which he was defeated and exiled to St. Helena in the South Atlantic, where he lived till he died in 1821. But there were many impacts of Napoleon era. First of all, the Napoleon era popularized the principle of liberty, equality and fraternity established by the French Revolutions. Second, Napoleon brought about a number of countries under, like Spain, Portugal, Persia, Germany under his control. Third, Napoleon brought most of Western Europe under one rule. So this was the impact of Napoleon's era or Napoleon rules in France. And that was the end of Napoleon's, because he died in 1821. So this much for today. The lesson is over, and in the next I will give you question answer. Write them in your copy, neat and clear handwriting. Thank you.